Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, we did a little bit of grinding to get some money. We ended up getting a second mithril sword for Fess, and we still want to get a little bit more equipment. So first thing we're going to do is going to buy a mithril bow here in Popped. We can sell a long bow. Our new character we're going to be getting Josef. We're gonna once again equip him with a bow so we can put him in the back row, so he can still deal some damage, but he won't be hurting the hit point and evade growth of our three main characters. So, we're going to head to Salamand to pick up Josef. Our goal is to get the goddess bell so that we can enter Kashuan Keep to get the sun flame. Which you can use to potentially blow up the Dreadnought's engine. So, but the keep is, it's locked. It can only be opened by a member of the royal family of Kashuan, and unfortunately Gordon is gone. So we're gonna need the bell. That's the other way, other than by a member of the royal family. So we're going to head up here to Salamand, where Josef is. We got his trust because we rescued his daughter, along with the men of Salamand from the Semi-Falls mines, where they were enslaved by the Empire to mine mithril. So Josef should be more than willing to lend us a hand. So, but Josef is not going to be enough to basically conquer the next dungeon. So we're going to do a little bit more grinding over to the west of Salamand. More, again, those ogres and land turtles. Just to get enough money to buy an ether. You saved my daughter, thank you. That cowardly Borgren had been threatening Nelly to get to me. So let's tell him, Goddess Bell, you need my snowcraft to reach the snow cavern, hidden in the mine. Look for a blue stone on the first floor and head to the right to the secret room. So now he joins our party. Josef is like your typical monk. He fights with his fists. He has like high hit points, high vitality. But we're not going to take advantage of any of that stuff because we're going to throw him in the back row, where he'll be using a bow and won't be getting hit point growths with his high vitality because he shouldn't be taking too much damage from the back row. So we're going to take off all his equipment, sell it. The main thing we want to get is we want to have enough money to buy an ether. The next dungeon is pretty long, and we're going to want to have an ether so that we can have Maxine keep casting all her spells, and then have enough to to continue casting spells, because the ether will allow her to refill her hit points in the middle of the dungeon and continue to cast the spells. So the good thing is with the spells, we're mainly going to be using the fire spell because we're going into the snow area, and most of the things, the enemies in the snow fields up there are going to be weak to fire. And we haven't been leveling our fire spell. It's only level 2, which means it's only going to cost 2 magic points to cast. So we'll be able to get quite a few castings out of it. So like I said, 1 ether should get us through the entire dungeon. So, but first, before we, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of grinding over to the west. But first, we're going to head west and then double around back east with our canoe to get to the Semi-Falls mine. So, my save didn't save correctly. So most of my stats are the same, but like the weapon levels might be a little different. So I think Booker gained a level when I was grinding on the things there, the ogres and land turtles earlier in the last episode. But like I said, the save messed up, so hit points and stuff are all the same, but just some of the other stats are a little different. But so yeah, Booker just got his I think his 3rd level in sword and shield, so that'll help his evasion a little bit there, because every rank and shield gets multiplied to the evasion stat. So, but this is a long way to the Semi-Falls. Last time we went here, we took Sid's airship, But, yeah, not much has changed here, but now we can go check out that weird-looking rock. Because Joseph said, hey, look for the blue rock on the first floor. So we're going to go to that blue rock, and we're going to examine the wall near it, and Joseph's going to turn a secret button, hit a button, that'll allow us to get his snowcraft. So, you need Joseph in your party to do this, so... Yep, just face the right wall, he turns a small rock, and a passage appears. The snowcraft's in here. So you just come over here, it's like gonna be one of those key items. Like I said, it must be like that snow, it must be coated like a river or a lake. Can't enter it, but now once you get the snowcraft, then our sprite will change into like a little sled, and we'll be able to sled across the snow, get to the snow cavern, where the goddess bell is located, but that'll be for the next episode. Like I said, this episode, we're just going to head over to the west and fight some more ogres, land turtles, magicians and soldiers, ogre mages. And the hope will be that we can get some good drops from them in order to sell back to the merchants to buy enough money to get that ether. So, to allow Maxine to be able to function through the entire dungeon. So, now secondary goals, we want to raise a little bit of Fess's his cure rank and his spirit and his magic points. Eventually, like I said, we have a lot of potions right now to get us through, but eventually we're going to want to rely on Fess to be our healer. So, we're going to start building up his spirit and his magic points. So every so often we'll be casting cure spells with him in the battle here, so... Once again, just to be safe, we're going to save our game over here, because we can always get into some ambushes, and like I said, there can be some pretty tough enemies here, because they're like level 2 and 3 ranked monsters, so... Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble here, so I had to, reset. And, get into some better encounters, so... It's nice to get hit there like that, that should help us build up our hit points, so... This is a good battle for our characters, because the land turtles are rank 3, so this is a rank 3 battle, so... Sometimes when we get, like, the ogres, they'll pop up with land turtles, and that makes it a rank 2 battle, because ogres are only rank 2, so you won't get as much experience. And that's the same thing with magicians. Unfortunately, the magicians often appear with soldiers. Soldiers are rank 1, magicians are rank 3, so it makes it a rank 1 battle, so... But we still want to fight these battles anyway, because like I said, especially the magicians and the ogre mages, because they can drop some good tomes that we can sell or use ourselves. So, the magicians can drop the lit tome that we want. We can buy that though. But more importantly, the 2 tomes that we can't buy right now that would be really nice to get would be the Berserk tome and the Scourge tome. And then the Ogre Mages don't really have anything that we really want to use, but some of their tomes they drop we can sell for some decent money. So, and the Magicians are good, and the Ogre Mages are good, because see, they cast spells on us, so that's going to really hurt our hit points, and that should help us get some stamina and hit point growths. It also will help build up our magic defense, so, and magic evasion, so... Just like how evasion is built up by dodging regular attacks, dodging magic and hit by magic can help build up our magic defense and magic evasion, so... Because right now we don't have any equipment that can really help out like that, so... In the next dungeon, the boss can drop a shield that is good against lightning, so that'll help, but for right now, like, the shield that we got, the Mythal Shield, and even the armor that we would apply, like Mythal armor and stuff, that doesn't have any special magical properties, so... In this game, gold armor is good against, like, poison, diamond is good against lightning, ice is good against fire, and fire is good against ice. So those are your elemental, like, armors. And then there's, Dragon, which is good against basically all elements, and then Aegis, which is a shield, is good against like petrification. So Fess is getting a little bit of work here, healing up. So hopefully he can get some spirit. So we also want to be able to get some spirit basically that bug where when we get attacked by magic, it can sometimes raise Fess's spirit. And spirit is, you know, the thing that dictates how effective your white magic is. So it helps with the strength of the white magic and your accuracy of the white magic. So, but once again, whenever we have a few battles every so often, I'm going to make a save just to be safe. Sometimes you can get ambushed here, or and some of these enemies, they can hit pretty hard. So it's the second time I had to kind of reset because I got wiped out or I lost the character. So I just reset from the save and then got back into it. So those ogres hit pretty hard. Sad though, like I said, that they're rank 2, so they bring down that land total, even though he's a rank 3. The land total is much easier than the ogres because we can take the land total out with one hit with Maxine's Blizzard spell. That's why we were so worried about building that Blizzard spell up so much, because I knew there would be land totals here. There was that mini boss land total guard and the teleport spell in the Semi-Falls Mines, and the boss of the next dungeon is going to be a total. It's going to be an Amantus total, which is like the next rank total up. It's a rank 5 monster. Weird thing about that is though, like the total, it's weak against cold, but it's living in an ice cave. So he chose poorly his habitat. But we're gonna just keep working on Blizzard here. One, because once you get into the ice cave, we're not going to be really using our Blizzard spell there because either enemies are going to be strong to Blizzard, or in the case of some enemies like the Icicle, they actually will gain hit points when you hit them with the Blizzard spell. And we don't really work on our fire right now because the fire is going to get so much use inside the ice cave. So we're going to keep the casting cost of it down low. Remember, spells cost magic points equal to their level. So right now our fire is at level 2, so it's only going to cost 2 magic points. So we'll keep it low like that. So maybe by the end of the ice cave it'll be at like level 3, but until then, basically we'll just ignore it now. Keep it at level 2. Because even at level 2, it should tear through the enemies based on their weaknesses, so yep. And if we can get hopefully get the Blizzard up to level 4, may not be enough to one-shot the adamant total at the end, but at least it'll be enough to two-shot, definitely. It also will depend, of course, on Maxine's intellect. So her intellect's been growing pretty good, so not too worried about it. But let's see if we can get a good tome off these magicians here. Fess got his spirit up. Maxine got some intellect. And yes, we got a good tome right there, the Scourge tome. So that is the poison element. And that's not available until much later in the game. So the fact that we got it now is really nice. So we can start working it early. And start putting some points into it. So, and then basically all of that Maxine will need to get then will be, we'll want to get her, the Lit Tome then as well. So, still got a few more magics to buy. We want to get the Lit Tome for Maxine, but that's probably lowest priority. We want to get the Insuna spell. That's probably the highest priority for Fess. And we also want to get for him the Life spell. So, and then another one that would be nice to get then would be the Teleport spell. The Warp spell for Maxine. So, you know, teleport is the white magic one that takes you completely out of the dungeon. Warp is the one that takes you back one floor. But it's not necessarily, those two aren't all that important. We already got the teleport spell for Fess. We only get the warp for Maxine. But there's a property in the next dungeon that prevents you from using the warp or the teleport spell. So, we don't really need it for the next dungeon. So that's why it's not as big of a priority. But hey, Maxine got another rank in Blizzard, so that's good. And we got 2 Mithril Shields. So those will sell for $250 each, so there's 500 gold right there. The Ether is 2,500, so we're pretty close to getting the Ether. We need about 400 more gold. So it just likes to keep fighting over here. You might be able to get that gold right here from these Ogre Mages based on what they drop. So they have quite a few tomes that they can drop. None that we really need, but... So anything we get off of them we can sell for some decent cash. Speaking of cash, one of the good things about the next dungeon is we'll get a lot of treasure in there. Then we'll end up selling quite a few weapons that we'll get. And since we're only basically using swords, a lot of those weapons we can just get and sell for some decent money. So she's gonna be starting to make some money. So. But we're not out of the woodworks yet in terms of getting out of the debt. You know, we're not really in debt, but we are hurting for money. So, and speaking of hurting, this Ogre Mage blinds us. Ah! So, once again, the worst thing about blind is that when your character has a permanent status affected on them, they're not going to gain any stats. So, yeah, unfortunately, Maxine and Booker, we're not going to get stats. And I unfortunately don't have a lot of eye drops. I only have 1 eye drop. So, yep, just going to have to. Maxine, unfortunately, is just going to have to avoid getting stats. So I'm going to use that eye drop on Booker there. So. Poor guy. So yeah, we use the eye drops on him. This is why I'm going to want to get that as soon as spell. That can cure those permanent status ailments. So we'll end up picking that up probably next episode. So that's available in Poft. So it's not too far away. So that'll give also give Fess something to do to work on his spirit. You know. Like the other white magic spells, you can use it outside of battle. So, but we still want to gain a lot of levels on it because the more levels that you get on it, the more status effects it cures. So outside of battle, it cures 1 more status than what it would in battle. So, like for instance, I think in the first level it only cures poison. In battle, level 2 it cures blind, but outside of battle, it in level 1 would cure blind as well. So, and that's a pretty good spell because eventually you can get to the point where I think at level 7 it can actually cure the knockout status. So, but we're still going to get the life spell anyway. I'm probably going to, now Booker doesn't have any spells on him, and I don't plan on raising his magic at all, but I may end up just getting him the life spell and the teleport spell, just to be safe, so that if something ever happens to Fess, Booker can just, even level 1 life spell, bring him back to at the KO status. Now there are some items you can buy, the Phoenix Downs, but they're really expensive. Toward the end of the game, yeah, we can buy a whole bunch of Phoenix Downs, but until we get to that point where, money is growing on trees and we can just spend willy-nilly, we're going to, just have a backup. So, like I said, I'll probably end up buying Booker a teleport spell and the life spell. just to, you know, have a little bit of a backup. So now Maxine, she will gain some like points in terms of like, you know, with the toward a blizzard spell and stuff like that. It's just that like the stats afterwards. Like Maxine won't get, you know, magic points for casting these spells. She won't get intelligence for casting the spells. So yeah, the main stats. But you know, in terms of the little growth stats, so she'll still get like a few points toward, you know, blizzard. So it'll be like, you know, rather than 402, it might be 405. You know. But we want to obviously heal that thing. So yeah, I guess I was dumb. I sold too many eye drops. Wasn't expecting to be blinded by ogres. Was more worried about that poison, which is why I kept the antidotes. Because even though most of the enemies are inflicting the envenom, which is the temporary poison, there are a few that can do the permanent poison. So. But we'll end up stopping here in Salamand, and luckily all the item shops are, you know, they always sell the same stuff, so we don't really have to worry too much about going to different towns. Now, unfortunately, like I said, the magic, though, yeah, we can get the life spell here, but we can't get the Insuna spell, so we'll have to do a little bit of backtracking to Poth, but Poth is pretty close by, so yeah, once we sell all this stuff that we picked up, we'll be able to afford that ether. So, especially the blind tome, 2,000, nice. So, could have used a second one of them rather than but we don't have any, Fess can't use this cure anymore because he only has 1 MP. And our cure got leveled up to level 2, so now it costs 2 MP. So, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and spend full amount to heal up, but that's okay. Like I said, we got a decent amount of gold there, so from selling that stuff. Like I said, enough to buy our ether. Yeah, Phoenix down there, 5,000. Ouch. So it would be nice to be able to afford a second ether for Fess. But we have a bunch of potions that we can use, like if we need to heal in the ice cave. So yeah, we got quite a few of those potion drops from the soldiers that we were fighting. So let's get that ether on Maxine, and then we can step outside and save our game and prepare for the next episode where we go back, finish equipping ourselves to be ready for the snow cave, and then head to the snow cavern. Take care, have a good one. See you then. Thanks for following along. Have a good day. Bye.